Before we get started, I should mention this video is not made for kids. It is intended for adult collectors, like myself. Hello, this is the Ruby Gemstone, and I will be showing my Toy Story collection in honor of the first film's 30th anniversary, which was a little earlier this month. I will be showing the characters in order of the movies they appear in. So let us begin. Starting with, of course, Sheriff Woody. Returning viewers may recognize him. He has since been cleaned. I also used fabric paint pins on the vest to try and darken the cow print. They have faded a little bit. And you may also notice he has a new pull string ring. That's because I got him a new voice box from eBay. Don't know if it's the Divine Child one, but it looks like it, except the pull string comes through the back. And the ring is from Woody from Goodwill that I found a while back. Here is that original voice box, by the way. Pretty cool. I'd like to be able to fix this, and possibly get it working again. But I'm pretty sure this is originally the 15-phrase version from 2009, even though I got it in 2010. I remember it was in the box that was open and had like the clouds. Anyway, let's hear the new voice phrases. That is cool. It is surreal hearing the movie phrases in an actual Woody doll. That is really cool. Anyway, I do like how the shirt turned out. Yeah, it's a little faded compared to how it originally was, but it kind of looks like the artwork from the first two movies, which is cool. And the artwork that was on his box. The other things I would need to fix is I'd need to fix the holster, which broke off. I might find a collection one and use that holster to give him the swivel holster so he can actually sit down without the holster getting knocked up against. That might be why it broke off. And then for the boots, one of the spurs is broke off. I have seen a way to replace the boots. So, yeah. Anyway, on to the next character. And then we've got Buzz Lightyear, aka Best Boy. He's got the wings. He's got the voice phrases.
Buzz Lightyear, to the rescue!
He's got the helmet that opens and closes. He's got the laser. And he is awesome. Pretty sure this is the basic figure from 2011. I saw someone mention that the 2011 version has like specific points where the head like clicks into place. And I think mine is kind of like that. And also the voice phrases sound a little different. Doesn't have the communicator or the rubber waist. But that's fine. This is my childhood Buzz, and he has worked for what he is. And he is awesome. Anyway, moving on. I have also got Power Up Buzz Lightyear from 2011, I think, or 2010. He's a cool variant. Found him at Goodwill. Now, before I press his phrase buttons, I would like to give a flashing lights warning.
Buzz Lightyear at your service. Intergalactic emergency, no time to lose. Stand back while I power up my laser. Buzz Lightyear to the rescue! I sense something. Stop, alien, or I'll blast you with my laser. Oh, it's you, fellow Ranger. You startled me. Where there's danger, there's a Space Ranger. I'm picking up Zurg on my scanner. Look out! Full perimeter secure. Buzz Lightyear, standing down. Take cover. I'll protect you with my laser. I'm picking up Zurg on my scanner. This galaxy needs my protection. To infinity and beyond.
Yeah, not much to say about him. His voice box is loud. But, yeah, he does the light up thing when you press his buttons. That's cool. He is missing the front half of his helmet. He was like that when I found him. So, yeah, that's a cool variant. And of course, we've got the awesome 30th anniversary Chrome Buzz. Just did a review on this guy. Not sure how good it was, but I tried. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Really cool. So yeah, that is it for Buzz, at least in full scale. Next up, we've got Mr. Potato Head. This is the Toy Story 4 version. Kinda missed out on the cool Seed Toys and Sid Toys version of Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. So, I guess these versions are my best options. Still pretty cool. This seems like a newer Potato Head body style. I remember the older ones. I think my sister had one, and you press a button on its foot, and the pieces would fall off. I think it was called, like, Pop and Talk or something like that. It was pretty interesting. And these shoes are from an older Potato Head that I had. Might have been a Toy Story 3 one. This is just an extra hat, probably from that. Anyway, he's pretty cool. Also got his eyes here that I keep in his back compartment. Just put them in there. Alright, moving on. And here we've got Slinky Dog. Yeah, he's pretty cool. I did have to replace the Slinky because this is another childhood toy of mine and the old one got like rusted. So I went ahead and cut the string that usually goes through. And yeah, pretty cool. And this one is actually from around 2010, yet the string went through the collar instead of the forehead like apparently some others from that time did. It says Poof Slinky Inc. on the, like, torso half. So I'm guessing that's the original Slinky company. Can't remember what box it came in, but it's pretty cool. Here's a couple Green Army men I had from the bucket of soldiers I had when I was younger. Pretty sure it was the white logo one, because I think I remember seeing the white logo. But these are the only two left. All of the other ones have basically been lost. So that's interesting. Apparently there's meant to be 200 of these in total in the movie. So, that's a lot. Yeah. Now we move on to Toy Story 2. There's Jessie the yodeling cowgirl. Yeah, she's seen better days. I tried the fabric pins on her first before I did them on Woody. Also, this actually belonged to my sister. And I have misplaced the hat. So, yeah. Next character. Then we got Bullseye, aka Woody's horse. This is the Toy Story Collection one. The eBay listing I got it from said 2010. Not sure if it's white logo or if the Signature Collection ones also say 2010 on the tags. But this is awesome. Here's the original one I had from my childhood, and it worked. But this is definitely an upgrade. And it's actually bigger in size. So that's cool. Then we've got the evil Emperor Zurg. This is the Disney Store one. He's pretty cool. Doesn't work though. I found it at Goodwill, tried batteries in it, and it didn't work, so it might be broken, but that's fine. I think what this is meant to be is like a revolving gun. Like, this on the back seems like a pressure gun of some kind. Like, you press this, the ball goes through the tube, and out the blaster. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Might have to find a working one. And the only character in full scale that I have from Toy Story 3 is Animal Lovin' Ken. This is an original, and not the Toy Story 3 figure, which is super overpriced on eBay. So it's technically not Toy Story 3 Ken, but this is who that version was based on. And also, he's got this little monkey. Where's he in the movie? He's just not there. I don't know, maybe Ken was kept in Lotso's gang because he was able to tame the Jolly Chimp or something. It would make sense. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I do plan on trying to get all of the outfits that he wears. A lot of them seem to be original to the film. That Nehru jacket, for example, is completely made up. Apparently, the rarest kin outfit was too boring, so they just made up the Nehru jacket. Anyway, he's pretty cool. So I guess we move on to Toy Story 4 now. First off, we've got Forky. He's a spork named Forky. Why not Sporky? I guess it's fine. He's pretty funny in the movie, I guess. I think this is a Disney Store one. Found it in box at Goodwill, but tested batteries in it and it doesn't seem to work. But this toy that he is not meant to do anything electronic, so that's perfectly fine. Same with Bullseye. The one that I have doesn't work, but that's fine. It's not really supposed to. Cool. And finally, for film scale toys, we've got Ducky and Bunny. Yeah. I think they're the Disney Store versions or something. Not sure. They're cool. Anyway, that's it for my film scale characters. But I'm gonna show off some little miscellaneous Toy Story related items I have before I end the video. Got some little figurines here. I believe these are called Action Links. Not sure. This is Buzz. Interesting thing about the laser pose is in the movie they seem to have stretched out his arm to get him to press the laser button. Cool. We've got Slinky. Yeah. Cool. And Stretch. Yeah. Alright. Here is a Slinky Dog gumball machine. Interesting item. The ears actually seem to be made of the same material that they use for the actual Slinky Dog. Yeah. Interesting. I've got the set of Burger King puppets from 1995. Here's Woody. You're meant to, like, move his legs, I guess. Even though you could just do that. Still pretty cool. It's a really good quality, especially for a fast food toy. It's from Burger King, too. So that's interesting. I did have the one that went with the Buzz and RC, where you Velcro them onto each other and you can have them ride RC. But I had to throw that away because its batteries were corroded. We've got Buzz from that same set. You can move his arms, have him be like, "Hi guys." Yeah. In my opinion, Buzz Lightyear does not look good as a plush. Like, there's just something off about Buzz plushes usually. Don't know what it is. But it's still nice to have. We've also got Ham from that set. Use that extra potato hat. Turn him into evil Dr. Porkchop. Yeah. Unfortunately, there is no full-scale ham available. Well, there are customs. But apparently, Thinkway Toys was gonna make one, and they actually had a prototype of it, but it never got released for some reason. And that is unfortunate, because he is a pretty good character. And then the last one in the set, Rex. He's alright. I can't exactly remember, but I think when I was younger, Rex might have been the character I was going to go for next, before I stopped collecting. Yeah, pretty cool. Got an old Woody hat from an old costume I had. You saw this in the Woody update video. I would like to find one of those 4-foot Frito-Lay promotional Woodies from Toy Story 1 or Toy Story 2 and put this on it. 'Cause I've seen what their original hats look like and they're not very good. This would definitely work better, and it would likely be more durable. So yeah, this is cool. I've also got this. Not sure if it's meant to be Andy's hat, or if it's Jesse's hat without the band. It is pretty cool, and it's nice to have. And finally, not really Toy Story related, Horse Lovin' Ken. According to manbehindthedoll.com, the box date for this figure was 1982. You can probably see why I'm including this. Yellow plaid shirt, white vest, red bandana. Yeah? He almost looks like a certain cowboy. Which was definitely a complete coincidence, as I'm not sure Tin Toy had even come out at this point, but that this figure was released. But the real question is, why wasn't this guy featured in Toy Story 3? If they looked through all of the Kens when doing research, they definitely would have seen this. But it is pretty cool. And there you have it. It is so hard to believe Toy Story is 30 years old. My relationship with the Toy Story franchise is complicated. I was around 4 when I saw the first and second movie, and then I was around 5 when I saw the third one. I do believe I got a Buzz first. It was a gift from someone, and it was an older 90s style Buzz. Unfortunately, that one has since been lost. But I remember I wanted to collect all the main characters from at least the first and second movie, and maybe some from the third. And I stopped collecting around like 2013, and only picked up collecting earlier this year. And it's actually thanks to YouTubers such as Today I Grew Up or Nikolai Tadashi that their videos actually got me back in interest. So shoutouts to them. Anyway, updates to the collection I would make. I do eventually want to make a full film-accurate Woody custom, so I'd probably use a collection one for that, but have it separate from my original. I should obviously replace Jessie. Like, there's no sugarcoating, she just needs replaced. I'll probably get a collection one. And can't really think of anything else. Still need to get more characters like Miss Potato Head. Maybe find a non-working collection Rex like I did with Bullseye. Of course, RC. And yeah. I would like to get the utility belt Buzz. I remember seeing it in Toys R Us when I was younger and wanting it, but I didn't get it. So now they're like 500 instead of 50. So it'll probably be hard finding those. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. And happy anniversary, Toy Story. I can't believe that this franchise is 30 years old. Wow. Toy Story 5 will be interesting. So, that's cool. It's toys versus technology. And that's about all I have to say, so I will see you in the next video, hopefully. Goodbye.